Hey guys, I'm your Mole today. It's my round 6 preview of Hurricanes versus Blues. So, starting with the Hurricanes, they're very impressive last week against the Highlanders. They picked up an impressive win with, I think it now makes it 2 wins in a row within the comp, and they'll be looking to make it 3 against the Blues. I think the Blues also have 3 wins, so, it's kind of a battle for who will take over who, and if the Blues win, I think they just stay the same. The Hurricanes, they, I think, will take over the Blues within points. So, it's a interesting game overall. This game's been played at Sky Stadium in Wellington again. So the Hurricanes should have that home advantage they like to have. The Blues did win the last 2 games. You could say one within the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition and one in the last Super Rugby competition away. So we'll just have to wait to see if the Blues are able to make it 3 in a row. So at number 1, the Hurricanes have selected Ben May. At number 2, they've gone with Dan Coles, who's the co-captain of the side once again. At 3, they've gone with Tyrell Lomax. At 4, they've gone with James Blackwell. At 5, they've gone with Scott Strapton. At 6, they've gone with Reed Prinsep. At 7, they're going with Duplessis Karifi. And at 8, they're going with the main man, Audie Sevilla. So it's a very good looking forward pack. Particularly the likes of their loose forward trio with Prinsep, Karifi, and Sevilla. They were very dangerous from the breakdown again last week against the Highlanders. I think it was very crucial. Very crucial they were because they essentially won the game for them. So, with their low pairing of Blackwell and Strapton, it's really working out. And I was very impressed with Strapton last week. He did make the my dream team. He put up a really good performance. He's just cementing his place within that side and leaving Viva Fita within that bench. Fair play to him because I do remember when he was a Blues player, he just wasn't getting those minutes. So, he's doing something right. Within their front row as well, the likes of May, Coles, and Lomax. It's a good front row. I'm not going to say it's the best I've seen, but it's a very good front row. They have essentially 2 All Blacks within there with Coles and Lomax, and Coles is the number 1 hooker for the All Blacks, so. And then Ben May, I think he had an impressive performance last week, so hopefully he continues his form. And I think that's it with the 4-pack. Other than that, Dan Cole's back within the side from an injury he had, but no changes there. He's just in for Asapa Moore, who did have an impressive game last week, so. But he's normally coming off the bench to make that impact, so it's just good to see Dan Cole's within the side. So, moving on to the backs, they've selected TJ Perinar at number 9, who's the other co-captain from this side. At 10, they've selected Jackson Garden-Bashett. At 11, they're going with Ben Lamb. At 12, they're going with Lea Mape. At 13, they're going with Peter Amanga Jensen. At 14, they're going with Cobus Van Dijk. And at 15, they're going with Jordy Barrett. So, I think it's just a very straightforward back line. It's common, I think that's the normal back line. Jackson Garden-Bashett is back within the side and replaced Fletcher Smith, who I think he had a good game against the Highlanders. I'm not going to say it's he was outstanding, but he just did his job really. And Peter Amanga Jensen's also back within the side. He's replacing Vince also, who he had a decent game, and it seems weird because he might be out of favor for the Hurricanes, which is surprising because he's just one of those players that's really consistent, and he'll just get he always puts out at least a 7 out of 10 performance every week. So it's surprising he's not even on the bench. So something's off with that. But Peter Amanga Jensen, he's been on form really. So I'm not really going to argue with that selection. And they're the likes of their wingers, very dangerous wingers with Lamb and Van Dijk. Van Dijk was dangerous the last 2 games. He scored up to 3 or 4 tries, so definitely a player that the Blues are going to have to watch out for. And they have Jordy Barrett, who just is all over the place, and he's able to do everything really, so it should be interesting. It's the battle of the Barretts with him and Bowden, so we'll have to see how that goes. They were in the same team, but I think this is now officially the first game they'll play against each other, because Barrett wasn't in the first game they played within this competition. So other than that, I think that's it with the backs. So moving on to the bench, they've selected Mustafa Mora, Fraser Armstrong, Alex Vito, Walker Lasea, they have Bobby Vite, Jamie Booth, they have Wes Gooston, and they have Ben Proctor. So it's a very good bench. I mean, it's probably one of the strongest I've seen within this competition. I'm not sure. It could be the best bench I've seen so far. I mean, the other bench I said that was like the best that I've seen so far was a Hurricanes bench. I think it was around 2 weeks ago. But I'm not sure if I think there was a few different players on this bench. Oh, man, it is a really actually. This could be actually the strongest bench I've seen. Yeah, I think this is the strongest bench I've seen so far. So yeah, it just tells everyone that they have a ton of depth and they can make all these players can make a huge impact within the second half. So yeah, other than that, that's it with the Hurricanes. Moving on to the Blues, they've they're very similar in the sense where they've made a lot of changes following their last week's defeat against the Crusaders, which was heartbreaking for me really as a Blues fan. Yeah, gosh, I'm just gonna keep thinking of that game. But anyway, the Blues have made a lot of changes actually to their front, the whole front row, and particularly with just with their forward pack really, they've made a few changes, and they made some changes from their back row. So at number 1, they've selected Alex Hodgman. At 2, they're going with Kurt Eklund. At 3, they're going with Ofatunga Fasi. At 4, they're going with Patrick Tupeloto, who's the captain of the side once again. At 5, they're going with Josh Goodhue. At 6, they're going with Aaron Carroll, who was a surprise. I think he's replacing Blake Gibson, who's injured, so that's an interesting one. At 7, they've selected Dalton Papali'i, and at 8, they're going with Akira Ione. So, again, very good looking forward pack. I mean, you could say their loose forward trio isn't the same with Hoskins, Tutu. Is he even the? No, he's not even on the bench. I think they're just giving him a rest, which he definitely deserves. I mean, the performances he's been just showing to everyone around the world just how good he is, and he's even in the conversation to go to England. So it just proves to everyone how big a deal he really is, and he did sign a 2-year extension with the Blues and with New Zealand Rugby. So it just shows how crucial he is really to this Blues side. But he definitely deserves a rest. And they also have Aaron Carroll, who's, I think I said already, he was replacing the injured Blake Gibson with the likes of and also Kurt Eklund is also replacing James Parson, who was injured within that Crusaders match as well. So they made a few changes, particularly with their front row. But other than that, I mean, Hodgman and Tungavasi were great last week. I mean, I thought they were pretty impressive in that scrum. They held their own really. Lock pairing with Tupeloto and Goodhue. I'm not going to say they were at the best of form that I've seen them so far. I mean, it was the Crusaders, so I'll give them a pass for that. But they didn't make mistakes. It's just that they weren't they didn't make as much of an impact that they normally do. But I mean, the only other one I would say is just Akira at 8. It's just good to see him back in the position. It just reminds me of around 2 years ago, or 2 to 3 years, where that was his guaranteed spot. So it'll be a reminder just to show everyone how good he is, really. And this is gonna be a game I feel like he's gonna try to prove a point to the Ian Foster and the All Blacks and why they should choose him. So hopefully they do. I want him back within that All Blacks side. He's one of those players who's always been neglected or just not chosen. I mean, there's rumors that it's because of his anger or whatever, but man, he's a solid player. So hopefully he makes an impact within this game. So moving on to the backs, they've selected Finlay Christie at 9. At 10, they're going with Tara Black. At 11, they're going with Mark Talea. At 12, they're going with Harry Plummer. At 13, they're going with Rico Liani. At 14, they're going with Narara. And at 15, they're going with Bowden Barrett. So it's like I said again, very good looking back line, with the battle of the game, you could say, between the Barrett brothers, with Bowden and Jordy. I mean, that's just going to be interesting to watch, really. So we'll see who does better within the game. And they've made, I think, only one change with 14 with Narada. I think he's replacing, who is it? He's replacing Caleb Clark. He's replacing Caleb Clark, of course. He definitely deserves a rest. Same as Hoskins and Tutu. I think those two are arguably been in the best form been Super Rugby Aotearoa for the Blues. So yeah, both deserve a rest really. And I think next week we're playing against the Chiefs, so should be interesting. So yeah, I think the only other one that comes to mind really within this backs is that there is the rumor that Dan Carter actually could have been on the bench for this game. So I think I'm on a bench or start. It was I think it was the bench, which man, it's up the way. I think he had a what is it? It says here that he had a minor twig to his, I think it was like knee or something like that. It was minor calf twig. It's just a minor thing. So hopefully we'll get to see him next week, which is what all of rugby really wants to see. Just him playing rugby again is just, everyone will love that. But other than that, I don't think there's really anything else with the back line. I mean, it's just, they were solid last week. I actually liked the combination of Plummer and Lowry. I was actually impressed with Plummer last week. I thought he did well. There was one moment where he just showed why I can't trust him at sometimes, but he had good link-up play. He was just, he was all over the place. And, Rico did score that try, which I was very excited about, but soon after I realized when Enor just blocked that, I was like, that's the end. Should have known. But anyway, moved on to the bench. It's a decent bench. I'm not going to say it's as strong as the Hurricanes. They have the likes of Mafaleo, they have Tony Lamborn, they got Jonathan Ruru, they have TJ Fani, Matt Duffy. It's a common bench, really. They've had the likes of those players within the bench, I think, throughout the previous weeks. I mean, there's not really much to say about the bench. I mean, there's no Dan Carter, and I think Kwali Tuai is playing his 50th game for the club, so, hopefully with the CM for this game, he's been very impressive. He's one of those players who's just solid, really. But I think that's it with the blue side. Moving on to the prediction. This is pretty tough. This is a tough one because we're in the past the middle state, past the halfway point of this competition with round 6, and both the sides have done well. I mean, the Blues did lose the last game against the Crusaders, and the Hurricanes have won their last 2 games against the Chiefs and Highlanders? Yeah, Chiefs and Highlanders. So they're in good form, and like I said before, the last time these sides played was in round 1. The Blues did win 30-20 at Eden Park, and just a throwback stat that I thought was pretty odd was that the Blues have won their last 2 matches against the Hurricanes. They have not won 3 in succession since 2003. But if I had to make a prediction, I'm going to probably say that I have to be realistic here, because for some reason, I actually think the Hurricanes will win, but I think it'll be a close margin. I'm going to say it'll be 20-18. I'm going to go with 20-18. Yeah, I'm going to go with 20-18. 20-18, I think it'll be there to the Hurricanes. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.